Kia ora, g'day, welcome back again everybody, here with another reaction to Magnus again. This video is I tried to join the Norwegian Coastal Ranger Commando. So let's jump in.
The Coastal Ranger Commando is the eyes and ears of the Norwegian Armed Forces. They operate in the most inhospitable environment imaginable. When suspicious ships enter Norwegian waters, this is the unit that gets sent out. Boarding ships is one of the most dangerous jobs in the military, not only because you're very exposed to the enemy, but the sea can be extremely rough in these parts of the world. And that's why these soldiers have to go through one of the most intense selections where less than 1% of all applicants make it through. It's a screened unit, meaning everyone's identity has to remain a secret. And until now, no outsider has ever been allowed in.
Man, it's so cool that he gets to and has done and participated in these types of things whereby, until such time where to the effect people haven't been allowed in. It's a screened unit, so identities are hidden for security reasons. And until, Magnus reaches out, they've not let anybody else in there to to have a look at some of the stuff that they do. So it's pretty awesome, man. I think Magnus has got a dream job, in terms of, hang on, let me just get that. I think Magnus has got a dream job in terms of what he's doing. It's awesome. Anyway.
So how hard would you say this test is?
I would say it's pretty hard. Depends from year to year. Roughly we have around 500 to 2,000 people applying.
Wow.
Out of those, we select roughly around 100 people.
Only 100.
Wow, 500 to 2,000 people apply, and I just heard him say, sorry, I just cut Magnus off. Magnus was just about to say what I think, well, the instructor said of that 500 to 2,000, they'll end up with about 100. So
100 people out of those 3,000 get to try this test.
Yeah, at least get to start selection.
And how many of those will pass generally?
Average 6 to 8.
6 to 8 only. So it's a pretty hard test then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I do this, if I pass the test, then I get to go on a mission with you.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
So that made me a little bit nervous because I know that mission, it sounds really cool and I really want to do the mission. And there are a few of these exercises that I'm a little bit worried about that I think will be hard for me, especially the first one. This is the one that I'm dreading the most. Like, my legs are so weak. So I think they said you have 2 minutes to finish, so you could rest. Come on. It's so quiet.
and you get to looking at it, and you get to wear knee supports or knee sleeves by the looks of it. So if I saw it right, it's 50 kgs, and you've got 2 minutes from what Magnus has just said to walking lunge 20 meters. I think that's what it was.
That's the thing with Norwegians, they're always very quiet. So how many was that?
That was 40.
40?
Yeah.
So that was maximum score then?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to aim for 20. Oh, jeez, I hope I don't fail on the first. I wish this...
Oh, actually, so must be number of walking lunges, max number of walking lunges in 2 minutes. Maybe that's what it is. So I heard him say he got 40. So 40 lunges, 50 kilos.
Came later because I don't want to fail on the first test. Oh, 35. Oh my God.
That's good. Good.
Thanks.
You passed.
I passed. That's the most.
Good on him, man. Yeah, like incredible upper body strength, pulling strength. Magnus, we've seen that in other videos, and anybody that follows him knows. Clearly a big engine on him as well. Can go and puts in, even though he might stop watching his arcs in terms of when he was patrolling in that one of the other reactions that I did when he was with the long range reconnaissance patrol, I think they were. But yeah, seeing him here, acknowledging that his legs aren't as strong as what he would like, it's probably not really something that I guess most climbers, I don't know, I'm not a professional climber, it's probably not something that they really focus on, other than using their legs for, you know, positional stuff or holds or helping them get up when they're doing a fair bit of climbing. But it's different when you're either carrying heavy load for long periods of time, and or in this case lunges with 50 kilos. That's what is he? I think he said he's 70 kilos. So whatever that works out to be in percentage wise of his body weight, that's right up there in terms of him being 70 and then walking lunges with 50 kilos. So good on him. Got 35, I think they said, 34, 35.
Oh, but I'm gonna feel this. And the next exercise is pull-ups, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's gonna be a rest for the legs.
I think you will pass easily.
Yeah. This one I think I should be able to do.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's 10 kilos extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 repetitions. That's fairly comfortable for you guys.
Yeah, it should be at least.
And what does most recruits, what do they fail on?
We don't start with the tests before we are done with the first year. So the people that do them are quite solid.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. That looked fairly comfortable. You're going really high.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do them again. So
Yeah.
make them count.
Okay. Was 8, right? More in case I didn't do it. That was my.
Too easy, man, for that fella. Awesome. Those other dudes too, Lincoln Strong.
Favorite test so
Yeah.
far. Do you feel like there is a lot of upper body strength in what you do?
Yeah, well, the entire body needs to work
Yeah.
in order to be able to cope with the
Boarding
stress,
ships and stuff.
yeah, when it comes to climbing, heavy kit, the physical strain on an operator today, with the kit we have, is pretty hard.
Yeah. So the test we're doing today, that's not the selection. That's what you guys do every year to see that you kind of maintain the strength.
You meet the standards that we demand of our operators every year. The first test that we do during selection is more like a minimum requirement to be able to start and train.
Yeah.
And after you become an operator, you need to meet these standards. That's what we expect of you.
Okay. We don't have a lot of time in between these. The point is kind of to go back to back, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's fairly easy so far, but everyone keeps talking about the last 3 exercises: the climbing the ladder, the running, and the swimming. Those are like the hardest tests. This is kind of like a warm-up so far, it seems like. But the first exercise was definitely not a warm-up for me because my legs are weak as shit. Come on.
I think I saw on there for the pull-ups and for this, it's with the 10 kilos extra weight, and the minimum they seem to have is 4 reps for those. So I don't know. So it sounds like from what the guy was saying to Magnus, this is just part of their maintenance, I suppose. So 4 must be the absolute bare minimum to get a pass. But yeah, it looks like they do double what the minimum is. So the pull-ups, I think it said 4 with the 10 kilos. They did 8. Looks like they're doing 8 again with the dips when it looks like the minimum is 4. And I don't know what the minimum was for the, I think 20 walking lunges with the 50 kilos might have been the minimum. So the guys did 40, which is, yeah, so they're clearly doubling whatever the minimum is, which is awesome. Good standard.
So the Coastal Ranger Commando, that's the English word for...
Commando.
Yeah,
Norwegian.
exactly. Let's see.
Easy.
Sure. So what is the next one? Is it a deadlift?
Well, it needs to keep count, man. I think he stopped at 7, was about to get off, and then maybe did one extra. Yeah, hard case. Keep count of your reps.
Yes. Deadlift. 100 kilos, 8 repetitions. That's the max.
Yeah, and the minimum you need to pass 4.
4 is the minimum. This is not going to be that easy for me. And then, to be honest, I still feel it. My legs, I think I should have stopped at 20. Oh, Jesus Christ, my legs.
Come on. Yeah. Good.
Bloody hell. The technique looks pretty hideous, but hey, he got the weight up off the ground, 100 kilos at a 70 kilo body weight. Clearly pulling strength and everything's very strong, but there's still a lot of legs and posterior chain with regards to what he's doing in this movement. Man, yeah. Oh, I'm looking at it, just technique wise and form and back position, everything, the jerking it off the ground, and clearly he's in very, very good shape, right, to be able to do that. But he definitely would not be wanting to, if you're coaching anybody or getting anybody, teaching anybody to do a deadlift movement, you definitely don't want them developing the habit like that or the habits like that. So not a slight on Magnus. It's just clearly he's not a lifter that has gone through or been shown how to deadlift correctly or properly or safely or safer. And yeah, these guys, you know, they're not there to coach him on how to lift, is what I'm taking away from it. They're there to explain what the requirements are, demonstrate, which the other operators are doing, and then it's his turn to get amongst it.
Okay. Now it's cool because the different units I've been to, is it called units or?
Yeah, you can say units.
Yeah, people look the same kind of. You know, you have like a special body type that are good for that unit, it seems like. I think in this unit, it seems like you're all pretty like fit. You build similar.
But we see that selection tends to breed various people.
Is it possible for lighter people, smaller people to also get past? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about the size actually.
Okay.
It's more about what's in your head.
It seems like that's the case for most of the units, what's in your head. So did you guys already know what units you wanted to apply to, or did you try different units?
No, I went straight for this unit. Yeah.
Straight for this unit? Yeah. What made you want to try this unit?
I saw some ads on the internet and
okay.
So it looked cool.
What about the location of the base? Does that affect anything? The fact that you're in like a beautiful scenery and you can do a lot of outdoorsy things?
Yeah, it helps with wanting to stay here. There's a lot of options around, as you said, hunting, skiing, diving.
Yeah.
You can pretty much do everything from here.
Norway is such a long and narrow country, so the climate is very different up here from down south, and it's also way less populated. No traffic. It's just like easier life, or like slow paced.
Yeah. I love the way Magnus interacts or engages with these guys. I'm sure he does it. Well, yeah, we've seen him do it on couple of the other video reactions that I've done. But it's just nice to see the French Foreign Legion one. I don't think he was allowed to, or maybe he was, because there was at least 1 or 2 people that he was able to talk to a fair bit during that French Foreign Legion testing piece that he was doing. But here it definitely seems and feels a bit more relaxed. He's not doing a selection course. He's just being assessed to see if he can get through these elements so that he can then go out on they called it a mission. I'm guessing that's their training exercise that they'll go out on. And yeah, so we'll get to see that, hopefully.
More slow-paced life. So I've done this one before. I don't know how many I did. I think it was around 30. Come on.
7, 8.
And I remember this one is like, it's very easy in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's just stopped and becomes really, really hard. That's max, yeah?
Yes.
This one seems like the hardest one so far.
I think this is the worst one.
This is the worst one?
That is a cool contraption.
Come on. 17. Come on. 18. 18. So you have to go all the way down. And elbows have to touch the knees.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. Good. Easy.
So now it's about to get harder though. So the thing is, if I pass these tests, I get to go on a mission where we go out with 3 boats and board a ship, and I get to like do a real mission with these guys. But they've said that if I don't do it, it's too dangerous, so we can't do it. So if I fail these tests, I'm out, right?
Yeah.
Then we can't do the mission.
No, this is our minimum standards.
Yeah.
To
because then,
qualify as an operator. Yeah.
then it would be too dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would risk losing you.
So it's really important that I actually pass this test, because if I don't pass any of these tests, I don't get to go on the mission. And the mission is why we came here.
Wow. Full credit to him, man. It's awesome to see that he gets to do this. Like I mentioned at the start, this is like a dream job. Look at that scenery. Far out. That place looks beautiful. Looks grey and white, but black and white, but looks awesome. So I wonder what the last test is. Maybe it's the run or something.
Start.
It's gonna be hard. They're in deep pain right now. So the thing is, I'm not able to run with them because we would have to blur their face, and 3 people running with me that we have to blur would be difficult. So that's why they do it first now, and then I do it after. But this definitely seems like the hardest one so far. And I guess it's only going to get harder too. Like the swimming sounds really hard, and also the ladder that we're going to climb sounds difficult. So I guess what we've done so far is just a warm up. So what was their time?
They did it in 53 seconds and 87 hundredths.
Right. And now they're going to do 5-minute rest and then do it again.
Yes.
And it'll be the worst time that counts, or
The average
between the two. Okay. What do you know what your pulse is right now?
Mine right now is 110.
110. So this is kind of a test of how fast you can recover in 5 minutes.
Go!
Kom igjen.
Leander, 5, siste runde. Face på!
Looks like they're in deep pain right now. You sure you don't want to do it again with me? Huh?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go! Good pace. 1. 2.
Good pace, good pace.
30 seconds. Come on. Off the ball.
Good back. Run,
Come on. Yep. 57:34.
57.34.
Bra.
5-minute break.
I guess the trick is not to sit down. It feels like my legs are just failing me from that first exercise. It's like I'm almost afraid that I'm going to collapse because I don't feel my legs. And they also say you shouldn't stretch the leg muscles, I guess.
The fact that he's still walking and talking just gives you a bit of an idea of how fit he is, eh? Like, that's not easy. Like, he's doing this and then giving the live commentary feel of what his body's going through, what he's feeling, his legs feeling like jelly, can't really feel them. I don't think he used the term jelly, but unable to feel them. He is talking about, now he's talking about not stretching, or the trick to not stretching, or whatever in between. 57 seconds. That's how long it took him to run however many lengths of the basketball court. It's like running suicides by the looks of it. I wonder how many lengths that is in 57 seconds. And I think the timing from what I saw down the bottom might have been 64 seconds was the cutoff.
Then the muscle just get loose, like stretching before running is not a good idea. I've heard experts say. I don't know if it's true, but I'm not going to take any risk right now. So I'm not going to stretch. So the distance is 22.8 meters, 600 yards together. So 2 times 300 yards.
Yeah.
My pulse is like 113 right now.
3, 2, 1, start.
Run.
Come on, push it. Come on.
I think his microphone came off, but yeah, it's like, don't worry about that, bro. Just either chuck it away or put it in your pocket, which I think is what he did.
Slå den där!
Kom igen, spurt. Fort.
The microphone fell off. It's incredible that you can get so tired in 1 minute. I was afraid every time I turned that my legs would just collapse.
All right, Magnus. So the first round you did it in 57.34.
Yeah.
The second round you did it in 60 seconds.30.
Yeah.
So that gives you an average of 58.82.
Yeah.
And that's a pass.
That's a pass. Good. I'm happy. Yeah. I think this was one of this and maybe the swimming I can still fail on, but the ladder I think I can do. So I just have to pass the next test then.
Yeah. If you pass the next 2 tests, you can join us.
Yeah, cool.
We're going to do a water cast and into a swim test.
Right, so first we're gonna jump from 8 knots, and then if that's comfortable, we'll move it up to 20 knots, right?
Yeah.
And then we have to swim for a certain distance that we don't yet know.
Yeah.
And if I at some point have to give up, get rescued by a boat, then I'm out. Is this gonna hurt at all, or?
The water cast might hurt a little bit. When you jump from the boat, the water pressure hits you, but with the right technique, you won't get hurt.
So like one hand behind your head, the other one here, and then jump out.
Yeah, and keep tight.
Well, the water is really cold, and yesterday we saw killer whales, orcas in this area. So let's hope there are no orcas today. I don't want to be orca food.
I would not want to be orca food either, mate. Bloody hell. Jeez. You won't be doing no manus in that water cast.
knots felt okay, but there's a little bit of water coming into the suit. It's not like completely waterproof. So I think it's gonna get really cold, and also jumping out from more than twice the speed of this, it's gonna be pretty scary.
Yeah, the cameraman hanging off the side of the boat there, he's got a cool job too. Roped in, harnessed in, and getting the footage of the guys jumping in. 20 knots.
If you think that water is soft, think again. That was pretty hard. Definitely felt it in my head.
Just, it feels so hard, the water. And that was 20 knots. And I guess these guys go even faster than that sometimes. So now we're going to do the last test, and that is the rope ladder test. And I've heard that that is the hardest test. So hopefully I've saved some power for that.
I think he'll be fine the way he's been going. Man, awesome. So
So what we're practicing now is how we would board a ship.
Yeah.
So we're starting from a low position.
Yeah, we're simulating that you're in the rib. So
Yeah.
you're going to sit on the run now and feel the waves. And you're supposed to start climbing when you're at the wave top, so the
Yeah.
rib doesn't come and hit you.
You wrap the ladder like this, right? To
Yeah.
make it more on the legs. Because we're going to climb this 10 times in a row. So that's going to be pretty difficult. If I do this, we're going to do a real mission. And then there's going to be no safety. So if you fall off, you're going to land in the ocean next to a moving boat, which is pretty dangerous, right? Because there's a lot of streams and stuff from the boat.
Yeah.
And there's the propeller at the end of the boat. So you want to avoid getting into the water at all costs, right?
That's right. And
Yeah.
that's why we want you to climb up 10 times, because then you
Yeah.
prove that you have the stamina
Right.
that's necessary to climb up the boat. Good job.
So that's the first lap of 10 laps.
this is an awesome test. Like the whole process from where they go from the gym stuff to being out in the ocean and the water, the swim test, and then this aspect, climbing the caving ladder or the boat ladder, depending on whatever they call their equipment, 10 times. That's I don't know if he said what the height was, but looks bloody high anyway. 30 meters, something like that, maybe more.
Dealing with carabiners using gloves is so much harder. So I guess this is the 5th time. So after this, it'll be halfway.
I forgot to mention, I liked how clearly they do anyway with the safety and all that sort of stuff, but in the swim test, it looks like they had an operator connected to him for the water swim aspect, which is cool. And then obviously they've got the safety here for the training, but then when they go out to do the mission and the live training, yeah, there won't be a safety line dangling down the side of the ship that they're going to board.
It was a good job last time.
I'm going to pause this here because there isn't that much time left in here, but This is sitting around the 30 minutes, and I've got some other reaction videos that I need to do. So I'm trying to keep to that 30 minutes as best I can. This is awesome though, man. Like I said, Magnus has got a dream job. It's wicked that he gets to do what it is that he's doing. Obviously, he's put in a lot of work, built the relationships, got the reputation, and gets in amongst it, and has just a really great way about him. So anyway, appreciate you and anybody of your time that you've spent here watching this video or this reaction. Hopefully you get something out of it. If not, hopefully you get at least inspired by Magnus and what he's able to do and what he puts himself through. It is very, very impressive. So anyway, that being said, as always, anybody going through any challenges, trials, struggles, difficulties, hardships, man, just keep turning up, keep staying in the fight, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and know that better days are ahead. The sun will shine again. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Know that you're not alone either. So everybody's going through challenges and trials and struggles in their own way, shape, or form. So just keep chipping away, keep sticking at it. Better days are coming for you. I promise you that. As always, go always a little further. Remember, who dares wins and who cares wins. And until the next video, a big mana wave coming from me to you, filled with my aroha, respect, appreciation, and gratitude for you all. I will come back with part 2 of this video as well, so I should have said that.